Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Excuse me. Good morning and happy Monday to you. Happy week 37, everybody. So thank you for joining me. I know we got some people still ushering on in here, and I was just I was a minute late. I was close. Good morning, though. Thank you for joining me. My name's Adam Fox. If you have not been here before, thank you for joining. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. Today is week number 37, day 135 of our free virtual bodyweight exercise program. And as I just said, I am Adam Fox. I'm one of the fitness instructors here at Connected Community Health Support, bringing you guys the free virtual bodyweight exercise programming. So, as far, is that fourth sign on? Let me see here. Oh, whoopsies, he's already got off. Just trying to get my go. Oh, there he is. Fourth, I just messaged you on our what is it called? Our business website, because I saw you signed on, and I was just letting you know, hey, we're going live. I'm not sure if the update that. Good morning, buddy. Give me a high five. Ready? Whoosh. But I'm not sure if the update has shown yet as far as the time. I tried to fix that this weekend, and I'm not 100% sure if it worked. So let me know if you could see it this morning, because I saw you signed on. If not, I'll take another crack at it after the stream, see if I can fix it. Just got to go into the dashboard and figure out how to do that again. I already did it once, but hey, we'll figure it out. If I don't get it the first time, I'll get it the second time. So if you fail once and you fail twice, even if you fail 3 times, you'll get it. You'll get it eventually. Good morning, Happy Face. Both of my people are here. I'm happy to see both you guys. How was your weekend? I hope that hope you guys had a nice, safe but enjoyable weekend. It was pretty warm down here, down in ye old New York. I ended up going to do a catering gig with my friends over at Northway Catering, the people we were going to be doing the live food streaming with. So that looks like, after talking to them this weekend, it looks like it's going to be a start of the new year thing, so we can all align our schedules together. And if I haven't informed you guys on this yet, we will be doing a live stream cooking special cooking series with Northway Catering. So what that's going to look like is it's going to be my 2 bosses. Oh, here we go. Busy, good. Oh, I thought you were going to give me the joke, Happy Face. I was ready for it. We had the same thing happen. We had a little bit of a burst of snow, which was, I love the snow. I love hockey. I love the cold in the winter, so I love the snow, but I don't like the rain. And Saturday at the event, it was raining for most of the event. And I remember saying, I wish it was snow. I wish it was snow. And everyone's looking at me like, what is wrong with you? Why do you want snow? But that's, some people like it, some people don't. What's the viewer say to the Christmas tree? Yes, nice gnawing you. And I'm smiling, and it's Monday morning. Look at that. Not much to be upset about, especially when we got the jokes coming in. We got my people here with me. I was actually told over the weekend that I was actually asked by one of my coworkers, do I ever stop smiling? And obviously, of course, the answer is yes, because you can't always be smiling 24/7. But it's about the I don't want to say it's about the image that you portray, but it's about the energy that you give off to people, right? Because a lot of people have very, very poor other social lives. Or relationships, different things going on. But as long as you keep that positive energy, and I'm not trying to go all chakra on, like yogi energy and stuff like that. I just mean as far as positivity, if you keep that positive energy. What's happening? How are you, Mrs. and or Mr. Reeves? Nice to have you in here. I'm glad we got the whole crew this morning. We got a bunch of people, but thank you for joining. I'm going to get started here in just a second. I'm going to stop rambling. But the main goal of what I was trying to say there is make sure you keep that positive mindset, keep that positive energy, because you don't know the other people it's affecting, right? Because it's affecting you, making you feel better, but it also could make somebody's day, right? Just a smile, hey, how you doing? Some nice friendly interactions can really make someone else's day. So let's get started here with the warm-up. So my little spiel first after I went through that little, whatever I was just talking about. This is Connected Community Health Support's free virtual bodyweight exercise program. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns about this program, you can reach out to us. You can hit us in the chat right now. You can also, if you're joining on and you don't want to start at day 135, go onto our YouTube and our Facebook page where all of these workouts are recorded and saved. So from day 100 to from day 1 to 134, they're all saved on our Facebook and YouTube page. So go check that out if you don't want to join in to this more intense exercise routine, because today we are at 50 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. So as I've explained in the past, it's every 4 weeks we undulate. Undulate just means changing in the intensity, right? So we have made our way up to 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 6 rounds. This is going to be a doozy today. We're going to be sweating. It's going to feel great. Next week, we're going to drop it back down. Still going to be an hour-long workout. I believe we still have this is the last. Here we go. One more week of the hour-long workouts, then we're going to drop it back down to 30. But next week, we're bringing it back down, I believe, to 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest to reacclimate you to your cardiovascular system, to this style of movement, to this stress, right? So any other things I got to say? If you have any more questions, please go reach out to us on our social medias and or sorry, Seth is texting me. Seth's awake. Good morning, Seth, if you're tuning in. But make sure you go check us out on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, our website as well at connectedchs.com, or you can just find us at connectedchs anywhere else on social media. All right, I think that's all I got for you guys. I'm gonna stop rambling now, and let's get to working out, because I know you guys are busy people. You got things to do. You got lives to have, lives to live. All right, so. Oh, whoopsies, I didn't put a warm-up on this. Oh, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Ready? 1, Mississippi. 2, Mississippi. Look at that. 2 seconds on the dot. Did I say? Oh, that wasn't 2 seconds. More like 3 seconds. But that's okay. All right, we'll get started with the warm-up. Again, if you see, I just got to say this as a prereq, or precursor, whatever you want to call it. If you see me, I promise I got shorts on under. There's going to be a point where I'm going to take my sweatpants off. Don't be alarmed. This isn't anything you don't want to see. I promise. All right, let's first get started. Switch up. I'm trying to switch up the warm up with you guys just a little bit, just to add some variety. So we're gonna start with we got another person joining in. Oh, maybe that's just spam. Different people saying the same thing. All right, so we're gonna get down on our butts like so. We're gonna put our knee in a chokehold like this. So right arm under the knee. Left arm grabbing the bicep. Your right arm is grabbing your bicep, and then your left arm is holding the top of the knee. We're just going to do some rotations like so. Do about 10 to 12 on each side, or as long as you want, whatever feels best for you guys. And now we're going to switch. And if you guys have any warm-up movements you would like to see movements you would like to see in the warm-up, please let us know. This is community-based, and we love you guys because you are our community members, so we want to try to make this as inclusive as possible. All right, now let's switch sides. Same thing, just like this. Again, about 10 to 12, or 15, however many you want to do on each side. And then we switch. All right. One side might be a little more janky than the other. When I mean janky, it's just a little. There's more areas where you can't really get full range of motion. That's okay. That's like that for me on my left side. So we can still work on that. If you guys have any questions about your ankle mobility, let me know. I can answer those during the stream. But for now, we're going to go to the leg extensions, like so. And remember, guys. I've been a big stickler about this the past couple of days. Just make sure that you're breathing in the nose, out of the mouth during this warm-up, right? We want the body to be able to get to the peak level of working for 50 seconds and 10 seconds of rest with good breathing mechanics. So make sure you're breathing through the nose, out of the mouth. Now we're going to switch legs. Again, about 10 to 15 on each leg. And And good. We're going to try these. I tried these on Friday. I want you guys to let me know what you think about these. So these are going to warm the hip up a little bit. So you're going to be sitting like this with most of your weight on your hands. You're going to roll your hips to one side like this. Take a breath. Roll them to the other side like this. Now, if you can, I want you to try to sit up on that hip like so. And use your hands as support. Roll over to the other one. Okay? And I do want your guys' honest opinion on whether you like this or not, because we can do the open and close gates like we've been doing for the past couple months. Like I said, I want to try to add some variety to this because I don't want to just make you guys robots where you do the same thing over and over and over again for the warm up and the workout every single day. So just we don't want any monotony, right? So let me know what you guys think about these. And you're rotating from the hips. So you're going hands on the ground, feet like so. I don't know if you can see my feet. Heels in the ground. You're pushing those knees down into the ground, right? And coming back up. Over again. And do two more on each side. And you can hold it for just a second. Those breathing mechanics I was telling you about. In the nose, out of the mouth. Last one here. Good. Now, since we're on the ground, we're going to switch to this position right here. So quadruped position. And what's the best way to show this? We're going to have your hand out like this. You're going to go under. Hold up. I'll make sure you guys can see this. Perfect. So like this, you're going to bring your right arm under your left, reach over, and then you're going to extend. Look at that hand with your eyes and bring it back. Then you're going to extend. You're driving your other hand that's in the ground. You're pushing that hand into the ground. You're pushing that whole arm and that side of your body into the ground. You don't want to make your lower back do anything funky like that. So I'm going to show you one more time here. Keep everything nice and strong, nice solid base of support. And then you're just moving from the shoulder and the arm. Last one here. Perfect. Now we're going to switch sides. So same thing. Now left arm like so. Under. Reach as far as you can. It's comfortable. Come up. Perfect. Here. And then up. Perfect. And then up. And 5 of these. Make sure you're breathing. And then last one. Good. Now, if you guys don't want to stand up, you don't have to. Now, from here, we can get a little bit of the, oh, whoopsies. Too much of a show there. My apologies. We can get a little bit of the neck work in here. So I want you to do is rotate like so. And this is going to be a completely different feeling than doing it standing, just because your center of mass is now not on your head. Center of mass is more in your stomach. So just going to change your muscle, the way your muscles are going to be coordinating. You might find one side's really, really janky compared to the other. Just keep on rotating. All right, now we're going to do the same thing. We're looking to the left, looking to the right, okay? So now from here, instead of being up like this, looking down at the ground, pushing your hands into the ground, pretend like you're giving yourself a double chin, okay? So instead of out like this on the ground, you want to push the neck back, push the arms back, look to the left, look to the right. And if you remember, these are very similar to those mobility movements we did on our rest week. Perfect. Keep on going. Now we're going to go down in between the legs, right? Up to the ceiling as high as we can without arching that lower back, okay? So down in between the legs. Still pushing into the ground, right? And then up. And down in between the legs. And up. And then down. Make sure you're pretend like you're tracing a line. So with your nose, pretend like you're tracing a line in between your legs all the way up to the sky, and then back down. Last one here. And up. And then back down. Perfect. All right. What is this spam? What is this? What is this? What is this? Vark. Thanks. I guess. I don't know if this. I don't know. I don't know. Thanks for joining in, people. Glad to have you here. All right. So let me adjust my camera real quick and let us get started on day 135. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to start here in 10 seconds. As always, starting with that good old-fashioned hinge pattern. So go ahead, grab that pillow. Let's start here in just a couple seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and begin. So from here, remember, bringing the pillow down as far as you can. And when you're hinging, I want to make sure you're hinging through the hips like this. You don't want to be hinging like this. Okay, I know it's a tiny difference, but that's a squat compared to hinging from the hips like this. You come down, lower back's nice and straight. You pick up the pillow, and you come back up. Now, for all you guys watching, I know this is going to be tough to respond with the 10 seconds, but if you do have time, I do want to know what you thought of that warm-up. If you want more warm-ups similar to that, where it's just not the same old, well, I think we have 4 or 5 movements we've been doing for a couple months, so I'm just trying to switch it up a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. Your opinion is always highly, highly valued. Remember that. And we are done. Remember, we only got 10 seconds. So we're moving quick here. I'm going to put up the exercise list. I beat you to a happy face. Putting up the exercise list now. Perfect. So we got lateral raises next. So we can do it 2 different ways. You can have the arms bent like this, bring it up like this, or you can have the arms straight out, whichever one feels better for you guys. I'm just going to switch it up a little bit in between the two. Just bring them up, and keep on going. Remember, if you want to add some resistance, you can go ahead and grab like some water bottles or, a book or 2 or something that's not too heavy, because I promise you 50 seconds of this, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the burn. Remember, you can do them like I am, or you can do a bent arm, stop it in 2, 1, and cut it. Remember, this is going to be tough, guys. If you can make it through all 6 rounds, hoorah, power to you, but if you can't, that's okay too. Now we're doing the D1. So from here, we're pulling that sheath, pressing to the sky. We're going to do 25 seconds on one arm, 25 seconds on the other. I actually just remembered that I think, 12? Well, we are due for a rest week here pretty soon, I believe. Maybe next week. I'm not 100% sure. I got to check our calendar. It doesn't seem right, though. It doesn't seem right. I don't think it's been 12 weeks yet. All right, now we're switching sides. Has it been 12 weeks? I'm making myself second guess myself. I think either week 38 or week 40 is our scheduled rest week. I'll have to get back to you guys on that. I can check in just a couple seconds. And we are done. Actually, no, I can't, because I only have 10 seconds in between. So there's no way in hell I'm checking it. But at the end, I will check for you, okay? Alrighty. Oh, no, that wasn't a comment in. Never mind. So now we're doing the hollow bodies or a plank. So the hollow bodies, we're going to get down on the floor like so. What I want you guys to do is, if you can't hold this for the 50 seconds, which I totally understand, put your arms over your chest. I want you to just try to keep your elbows as high up as you can to your knees like so, okay? And if you fail, it's okay. Take a break. Let yourself rest. Bring the knees back up. Then bring the elbows up again, okay? And the big thing here is keeping the lower back on the ground, keeping that core engaged. So what do I mean by that? Is not letting your hips deviate downward like this to where the lower back is going to come off the ground. I know that might not be the best visual example with my hands, but just trying to make sure you're keeping yourself honest for this 50 seconds. And we're done. You can also do the plank. There is another variation I can show you of the hollow body you can kind of do on the wall, where you're bringing one leg up, pulling down the wall, similar to what we do for the dead bug. Now we're doing the squats. Should have my chair ready for you. But remember, 20 seconds or 50 seconds on break. So let's get going here, guys. All you gotta do, I'm gonna do it sideways. All you gotta do is touch your butt to the chair and stand back up. Unless you want to sit and stand. I actually had a great learning experience with one of my clients this weekend about the things that we preach all the time, saying, hey, you don't need to think about the movement as much as you may be. All you have to think about is sitting down like so, standing up. The only difference is when you sit down and stand up opposed to squatting is your center of mass doesn't change. So now center of mass has changed. Now center of mass has not changed. Alrighty. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk this whole time. I'm already getting out of breath. All right, guys, down to the push-ups. Let's get going. From your knees. 1, 2, 3, and then push. 1, 2, 3, and push. 2, 3. Keep going here, guys. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Come on, keep going. 1, 2, 3. Remember, if you can't do the full push-ups for 50 seconds, I want you to get down to the ground like this. Push into the ground, lift yourself off the ground by just about an inch. Hold it as long as you can, and then relax. But if you can't do the push-ups, go ahead and stick with me now. 3 seconds down. Remember, that's important to gain that strength. And make sure your fingers are spread out nice and evenly so they're accepting all of that weight. And we're done. There we go. All right. Moving fast, guys. On to the ITYs now, bent over. Starting right now. So, bent over, good bent over position. Hands, hips to knees, T's and Y's. We go sideways so you can see what that looks like. That's T's, Y's, and I's. Excuse me, I's, Y's, and T's. I'll be honest with you guys. I ate 2, not just 1, but 2 ice cream sandwiches last night that were so damn good. I know you guys don't have Stewart's where you guys are from, but it's like a 7-Eleven, but it's like a mom and pop 7-Eleven kind of. It's only in New York and Vermont. I grew up on Stewart's, and their ice cream sandwiches are so good. I overindulged a little bit last night, so we got to work hard today, right? And done. There we go. But it's okay to have little cheat meals like that as long as it's not a complete cheat day. Cheat meal is okay. Cheat day is a no-no. All right, now we are moving on to the toe touches. So for the toe touches, guys, you're going to be bringing the toes. I want you to try, it's like marching, but you're bringing your toes and knees up as vertically as possible. Now, if you have to go out to the side a little bit, that's okay. Just keep the body moving. Keep the toes touching like so. And one thing I don't want to see you guys do is this. Don't be leaning backwards, right? Think about it as you want to keep your feet as tight into the body as you can. You want to keep the arms aren't really reaching. You're bringing the toes to the hands instead of reaching to the arms. Or instead of reaching the arms out, you're bringing the toes to the hands. Keeping the core nice and controlled, okay? And we're done. What'd you say there? What you saying there, buddy? The truth's coming out, man. I can't deny it. It's just, oh my God, I can't explain to you how good start with the bridges. Can't explain to you how good these ice cream sandwiches are, man. They're not just like the regular one. Oh, you're making me, now I'm making myself want to go grab another one after this, but I won't because resistance is key. You want to know why resistance is key? Is because I don't have any in my house. Because if I had some in my house, they'd all be gone. So that's actually a good learning tool is not having junk food in your house because you know you'll eat it, right? Making sure you don't have a lot of ice cream sandwiches tucked away in the fridge. Because the less you have, the less temptations you have, the less you're gonna actually act on those temptations, right? Keep on going. And cut it. Oof. All right. What do we got next? That lateral raises. And let's go. So bring the arms up like so. Don't forget. I do want to know what you guys thought about the warm-up, okay? Just even if it's a yes, you do like it, or no, I just want to know so I can continue to do those movements or continue to do the old-fashioned stuff we've been doing. And I want you guys, when you're doing the lateral raises, just switch up. Do some bent arm like this. Do some straight arm like I was just doing. Variety is a hell of a thing. Your body loves variety, okay? And also, if you guys want to keep your feet moving doing this too, not going to hurt you. Just keep the feet moving a little bit. And perfect. There we go. Going back to the D1. Grab a drink quick, guys, if you need it. I know I do. All right, back to the D1s right about now. So pull the sword from the sheath and press it to the sky, like so. Oh my goodness, I didn't even congratulate you guys. You made it through the first set. We're moving so fast today. Doesn't even seem like it was the first set because we barely have any time to rest, right? All right. You can do a little bob that I'm doing. I'm just so programmed to doing that from doing snatches and cleans and whatnot. I'm just used to bobbing down. So you don't have to. If you want to do like this, you can, but I'd recommend just getting a little bob in there. Not like bob like your friend Bob, but like a little bit of a like bob and weave, so to speak. And not weave like your friends weave. And we are done. There we go. Also, give me a high five, people. Come on. Good job. We made it through the first round, even though we're already on to the next. But now we got the hollow body. Almost forgot. So remember, for this one, if you also don't feel comfortable with holding the hollow body for the whole 50 seconds, you can put the knees down and do crunches and have your hands down like this. So you're just bringing to your ankles. Okay, just bring your hands, keep your hands straight and bring them to your ankles like so. Or if you want to and you're able to, just hold the hollow body like this. The more advanced stages, you can hold one leg out like so, or bring the other leg out like so, keeping those toes high towards the sky. Don't let the hips or knees drop. So we keep that nice core control here. Keep on going. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. Whoo, I'm gonna be sweaty after this. Hope you guys are too. Starting with the squats in 2, 1, and let's go. Oh, that was nice. Hear those Rice Krispie treats? Woof. I've explained it a couple times before, but if you have any popping in the ankles and you sprain your ankle, it's just because, the popping is a factor of you having sprained it in the past. You have this like cheese-like cloth of connective tissue that covers your tendons and ligaments over the top of your foot and ankle. Think about it as, like I said, like a cheesecloth almost. And the more you sprain your ankle, the more that cloth is loosened. So at first it clamps down like just like so. It's nice and clamped on it. It'll become a little more, what is it called? A little looser, I should say. So clamps on like this, and the more you sprain it, the more it starts to come off. So when you move the ankle around, the tendons and ligaments are much more likely to pop because they're not sealed down, so to speak. All right, tangent mode over. Back to the push-ups. Remember, make sure you're breathing too, guys. It's important. Breathing through the nose, out of the mouth. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Only a couple more here. By a couple, I mean 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and done. There we go. Good job. Back to the ITYs. Oof. Grab a drink if you need it, guys. Going quick here. Bending over ITYs, starting now. So face you beautiful people for this. T's, Y's, and I's. And as you see, I'm not going very high, right? Because my shoulder range of motion from some of the workouts I've done is a little restricted just because of inflammation, some tightness, right? Delayed onset muscle soreness. So if you can only go to right here, that's okay. Don't try to crank it and then change the movement pattern itself, right? So just up as far as you can until you feel some resistance, and then just bring it back down. Remember, the whole name of the game is keeping the body moving. Keep on going, keep on going. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. Now we're back to those toe touches. The important thing with the toe touches, remember, it's opposite arm, opposite leg, but you're just bringing the toes up, not bringing the hands down to the toes. As I talked about the diaphragm and the shoulders the other day, make sure you are breathing. I know I've said it a million times, but the more I've done this program and the more I reflect on how it's made myself feel, because obviously testimonials are great from you guys, but I can't tell how these exercises are feeling. I know on myself, there are times where I've gotten really uncomfortable tightness and or overstimulation. I won't say overactivation. Good job, guys. Made it through that set. Give me a high five. But overactivation or overstimulation of certain parts of the body because you are not breathing correctly or I am not breathing correctly. And now we're coming down like this and back up during these sets, right? So what I mean by that is if your diaphragm's really in a constant state of contraction, it can affect how other muscles fire and are stimulated and to the extent in which they're stimulated too, right? Now we're switching legs. So that's just my 2 cents always. Make sure you guys are breathing in the nose, out of the mouth. Keep on going. Only a couple more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Woof. All right. Back to those lateral raises. Here in 2, 1, and let's go. So remember, either way, it doesn't matter, whichever one you want to do. Pick up some type of resistance. Just don't pick up like a dog or something. Or something that, might, a dog, cat, anything that might try to get out of your grip, that might not be a good idea. Or don't pick up your mom's fine china. Anything else besides that. Anything you can get your hands on, you want some extra resistance. Now we're going to switch to the bent arm ones. And the only reason I'm saying keep the feet moving is you get one little circulation, just a little bit more circulation, keeps the blood moving, keeps the heart working a little bit harder, right? So it'll help you keep the heart rate up. It's the whole point of this program, aerobic exercise program. And it's just good to keep the body moving. You don't need to stop. All righty, good. There we go. Moving back to, I'm getting blown up. Oh, it's Twitter. Who cares? No one cares about Twitter. All right, I'm getting blown up right now by Twitter, though. I don't know what's going on. But something important must be happening. Or it's just Monday morning, all the stock people are tweeting. Same thing with the moving. That's why I like to do the bob. I know I just explained a couple other reasons why I like to do it. Because I'm used to doing the snatch and the clean, but it does feel good. Letting your fascia work a little bit. What is fascia? Interesting question, right? It's the now instead of cheesecloth, envision like Teflon cheesecloth. So like really heavy duty cheesecloth that kind of engulfs all of your muscles. Fascia is really, really interesting. So it is connective tissue, but it also has neurons inside of it. It also is very vascular. It's vascularized and It has fluid, really interesting stuff. It's kind of hard to explain in only 10 seconds, but you guys get the point. Okay, back to the hollow body. And you can do the hollow body like so, almost like holding here, pulling down on the wall for 5 seconds, and then holding here, pulling down on the wall, very similar to the dead bug. Or you can do the other variation I was showing you. I'm going to get down here and do the holds. Remember, even if you wanted to, you could do, I mean, it's basically the same. You could do sit-ups like so. You could do sit-ups down low like this. Whatever feels the best for you guys. Remember, you can do the one leg extended or not. That's more of the, it's one of the harder ways to do this. You can just hold from here. Hold for 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. Good job, guys. Almost through. Back to the squats. Grab a drink quick. I know I need it. All right. Let's get going. Get a nice solid base support, right? And then let's just squat. I know it's more like a drop squat, but down and up. Sometimes you have to adjust where you're touching your butt to, because it might feel a little, this doesn't feel right, so to speak. Remember, you can add resistance to this too. This does not have to be a non-load bearing aside from your body weight if you don't want it to be. You can grab a weight of some sort. Sit down and stand up. Touch the butt and come back up. And we're done. Look at that. Woof. I can't even remember what set we're on. I think this is the third set. And it becomes blurred after a while. All right. We're going to switch over to the flies now. Unless you want to do push-ups, you can. But that's a lot of time on attention for your chest, so let's just give it a break real quick. Do the flies. Next set, we'll go back to the push-ups. Just want to have a little filler set here, because I know the chest can get burnt out really easy doing 50 seconds of push-ups. If you kind of want to move your arms up and down through this range of motion, so go over your head a little bit, come back, go more to the knees, like so. Just try to get some sensation. That's really what this one's all about, is getting some sensation, because we're pounding the chest in the horizontal pushing plane. So now we want to, horizontal pressing, so now we want to get some more almost like pulling, so to speak. All right, now back down. Sorry, Rice Krispie treats need to pop there for a second. Back down into the bent over position. Let's juice my 2 eyes. Keep on going here. This is an important one to breathe through, people. Breathe. Through the nose, out the mouth. Oh, I ain't messing this all up. Whoopsies. Y, T, T, Y, I, Y, T. And we are done. Also, stick around for the tidbits today. The tidbit and the quote. We're going to be talking about the Stanford prison trials and how that what we learned from that as a society, what that teaches us about our environment, as well as our social responsibility and perceived social roles. So that's going to be some interesting stuff. I know I'm looking forward to talking to you guys about that, having you maybe pick my brain a little bit if you'd like. And hey, also, you guys get to the point where your hip strength isn't there to be able to bring the hip all the way up to touch the toe. Just get the knees as high as you can. You don't have to reach down to it, like I said, remember. Because everyone's going to do this just a little bit differently. Good job. I think this is the end of the third set. How much time? 40 minutes in? No, that's the end of the fourth set. Is it? Nope, that was the end of the third set. I was right. Okay, back to the pillow and the ground. We made it through halfway. Good job, guys. Back down like so. Just touch the pillow to the ground. Bring it right back up. Only 15 more seconds. Stick with me, guys. Come on. And done. There we go. Perfect. There we go, guys. Back to that lateral raise. For the fourth time. We'll just keep the feet just slightly moving. Nothing too crazy. I'm gonna overcomplicate anything like that. Oh boy, the day when we get music, man. It's gonna make these 50-second sets a little bit more enjoyable. If that's possible to make these a little bit more enjoyable, it'll make them more enjoyable. Wait, what am I talking about? Of course it's enjoyable, because you guys are hanging out with me. You guys are hanging out with us. Of course it's gonna be enjoyable. Keep on going, guys. Almost there. Just about 10 more seconds. I'm going to move on to that D1, D2. Remember, just keep on switching whichever way feels more comfortable for you guys. And done. There we go. Oof. Back to the top for those D1, D2s. Give us a song. Oh, boy. Oh, you want me to sing for you guys? Oh, boy. You know, my mom is a choir singer, or like she can sing like she's a pastor, so she sings like the hymns. I think that's what the HYMNs. Yeah, HYMN. That just proves my intelligence level there, right? But she can sing some like high E sharp or A sharps. I think it's A sharp, E flat, E minor, or A sharp. I can't remember. Whichever one's like the she can sing that. So maybe I got something tucked under the tucked away that you guys don't know about, but I don't know if I can break that out yet. I don't want people to know about my secrets, you know, about my beautiful singing voice. They might want me to like produce an album or something, or stop personal training. I don't know if I can do that. Because my voice, it's like the eighth wonder of the world, I've been told. I don't know if you guys ever watched Step Brothers. I've been told that I have the voice of an angel. All right, back to the dead bug. Or not dead bug, what am I talking about? The hollow body. What's that one song? And I will always. Or the never gonna give you up. I mean, I can sing those ones for you, but I don't know about anything more lyrically vocally demanding than that. I think you guys, you might be out of luck. All right, how about this? You guys give me you give me a song. If I know it, I'll give you my best rendition. Okay, how about that? And we're done. There we go. The funny thing is, I forget that this is on the internet forever. This is me singing and doing all this stuff's on the internet forever. So you guys, if you're ever feeling down, you're having a bad day, just go back and watch this and listen to me sing. I'm sure it'll make you just smile, open right up, right? Just smile. Everything will be okay now. You heard my horrible singing voice. Sorry. Perfect singing voice. Sorry, I just had a typo there in my brain. Keep on coming down, touching your butt, and coming back up. So we're doing the live cooking stream. So maybe we should do a live karaoke stream for you guys, huh? What do you think about that? Would you guys want to be a part of that, huh? Sing some karaoke. And we're done. Good job. What Happy Face say? Oh not the what is it called song? What is that? Dang it! What is the name of that movie? Frozen. Yes. Not the Frozen song. Oh boy. Happy Face. How many times have you heard that because of your kids, or on your own? Either way. I'm not hating. Woo. You know who you should be asking? I've word on the street is that Jacob Carroll has a beautiful singing voice. So tomorrow, I want you guys to make sure you tell him he's got to give you some song and dance too, okay? Because that man truly does have the voice of an angel. I'll tell you what. It still is. Oh, okay. What are we on to now? ITYs. It's still popular here. I mean, definitely nowhere near what it was, a year and a half ago. But I still do hear that song a decent amount, and I try to block it out because it's not that I don't. I thought I ended up actually watching Frozen in theater with my girlfriend. I do have to admit that. I'm not gonna lie, but I definitely was not a fan of the singing. But hey, at the end of the day, it was a good movie. I'm not gonna lie. Especially for being a kids movie when I had a good time. I'm just not a huge musical guy. And we're done. Well, that's a lie. I play drums and I love music, but I'm not one to sit down and watch a musical, I should say. At my house anyway. Doesn't matter if anywhere else it's popular. As long as it's popular at the house. You'll be hearing it over and over again. It's not a bad thing, though. Like I said, I had a good time watching that movie. Maybe it's just because I'm a little childish. Maybe who knows? Or maybe it's just because I like animated movies too. But now I'm expecting you specifically, I'm expecting you to make Seth and Jake both sing for you now, okay? I gave you a good 5 whole seconds of me singing, so they got to do the same. I know Seth's the character. I know Seth's going to be all about this. All right, made it through the 4th round. Give me a high five, guys. Good job. I need those sound effects, 4th. Come on, man. I'm waiting for those. I'm just messing with you. I'm just joshing you. That's actually my brother's name. I never understood that when I was younger. Why people say I'm just joshing you. And then I realized that it's just a different word for joking, I think. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but who knows? Just keep on going here, guys. Only 10 more seconds. Three, 2, 1, and cut. There we go. Woof. All right. Back to those lateral raises. Let's get after it, guys. Only got 2 more sets, including this one, I believe. Again, I'm not great at math, but I think that's what that was. Keep on just doing the raises. Ooh, the raises. I guess I'm not 23 years old. I guess I'm actually 13. Would you look at that? Okay, I see you guys. 1 second, come. Keep on doing the raises. You can always Rick roll. What does that mean, happy face? Rick roll? Like record? Or... Good question, 4th. Should the lower back be flat? So, I'm gonna. I have to be doing the movement to help correct it. So next time around, I'm gonna do the bridge again, and I'm gonna give a little better demonstration and instruction of how to do it. Because if you're pausing at the bottom, I don't think it's a bad thing to have the lower back touching the ground. The lower back should be in a posterior tilt. So what that means, or the lower back, aka the hips, should be in a posterior tilt. I'll explain that in just a second. I know it's kind of tough trying to do this in between movements to be able to explain it, but posterior tilt, instead of being, you know how I always talk about your lower back being all, I think I use the word janky or out of whack or not aligned. I'll show you what I mean in just 1 second here. So instead of the lower back being like this, where it's all curved, you have the lower back nice and even. It's called a neutral pelvis, aka a posterior tilt, like so, right? So if you're doing the hinge, because it's the same exact pattern, right? Now we're doing the hollow body, but I'm just going to explain this real quick. You guys keep doing the hollow body, watch me, okay? So when you're doing the hinge pattern, which is the same that you're doing on the ground, right? Your lower back should be a little posteriorly tilted. So you're coming up and then coming back down. So to answer your question, I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now. When you're coming down like this, your lower back does not need to touch the ground, okay? Because you're using your core as well. So there's a nice straight line from your armpits to your knees like so. So when you come down like this, you don't need to push the lower back down into the ground. Now, if you're controlling your core and your lower back does happen to touch the ground, that's okay. But you don't need to push the lower back to the ground like that and then come down, right? So you don't need to change your head positioning to make the lower back compensate or to touch the ground. So if you're coming down like this and there's a little gap between, it's okay. As long as you're feeling it mainly, now we're moving on to the squats. As long as you're feeling it mainly in the hamstrings, the glutes, a little bit in the core, and you're not feeling the pressing. Okay, it's hard to tell without seeing how your body's moving, but it should be okay as long as, like I said, you're not feeling it in the lower back. If you're not getting that push from the lower back like this, you're getting the push from the hips like so, you should be a-okay. All right, I'm gonna check those comments after I get some squats in, because as much as we do this for you guys, I love getting a workout in on Monday morning too. You know, I won't even lie. At first, once Seth had to switch over, I was like, oh, Mondays. I don't like Mondays. But you guys have made me come to love this. I love waking up and working out with you guys. Moving on to the push-ups next. I'm checking the comments. Yeah, I can talk more about it at the end too. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around it. Does it desert you or hurt you? Isn't it both? He switches, right? All right, push-ups, push-ups, push-ups. We're gonna run around and hurt you. Oh, hey, I have so much fun doing this. Like I was just saying, this makes my week just a little bit better. Starting off Monday morning with my pals, my friends. And push. And push. Push. Sorry, I'm doing this like powerlifting, pushing up, sorry. It's down and then up. You don't have to explode like I was doing. My apologies, my apologies. What you got for me, happy face? Oh! Oh! I know what that is. Oh my gosh. I didn't know there was an actual name for that. You share something and they expect it to be a different video, and it's just him singing. Yeah. Okay, now I know what that is. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do for one of these streams. We'll just we'll have the caption, have the regular caption and everything, and then we'll just throw up him dancing for 45 minutes. Have you guys sing and dance along, right? We'll do like I was saying, the karaoke. That'll be our karaoke day. What do you think about that, huh? Good. And fourth, for the anterior posterior, I'm at the end. I'm going to dedicate 5 minutes after the cooldown, or 3 to 5 minutes after the cool down to help you with that hip positioning. As far as, all right, we're back to the top. So as far as the, no, we're not back to the top, sorry. As far as the, what is it called? The lower back on the ground, just to give you a little more clarification, because I don't like to answer the way that I just did, saying like it kind of depends on how you're feeling, but I don't want to give a blanket generalization statement, because maybe people joining on and watching will use the generalization statement and blanket statement as, oh, this is what I should be doing, and then it could kind of mess up how they're moving. So I'm going to take this very individually, and once we're done, stick around for a little bit, and I will talk more about exactly what I meant with the anterior, posterior, and the lower back, and all that good jazz. All right, made it through round 4. Good job. Good. Yes, yeah. You got to get the other 2 people to sing. All right, we're doing the bent over lateral raises. I'm just having too much fun reading these comments. Yes, CCHS dance version. We'll have me, Seth, and Jake all singing it. We'll get on one day. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. So I sang it. So now if the other 2 don't, we got to think of something. We got to think of like not a punishment, right? Obviously not a punishment, but we just gotta give them some crap if they don't sing it, okay? And I want you guys to think of a song. Think of a song every week now. Just pop in, and we gotta know the song. But whoever doesn't sing it gets doesn't get, if you sing it, if one of the 3 of us, like Seth, Jake, or myself, sings the song that you guys comment in, we get brownie points or something, right? Or I don't know, something like that. Something fun. Let's just make it fun. You know what I mean? All right. Back to the D1 here. Just keep the body moving. I love these 50-second sets because they feel good, but I really like being able to take a couple extra seconds to see what you guys are commenting in. And switch sides. What's some other classics? I think it's Whitney Houston, the one, I Will Always Love You. I think that's Whitney Houston. I could be wrong. I don't know my old music that well. And we're done there. Yes! Sing. I love, make them sing, they pay the forfeit. They pay the forfeiting fee or something like that. What am I moving on to now? Hollow body. Yes, I skipped this last round. I forgot. Hollow body. Remember, you can do the crunch if you would like. If you're doing the hollow body like this, or you're trying to reach out as far as you can. You can also do it. I didn't even think about this. You can do it like this if you'd like. This is much more advanced, so you do not need to do it like this. Maybe a couple more seconds. Nice, there we go. Good job, my mis amigos. Not my amigos, mis amigos. Back to squats. And as you get better at the squats, you don't need the chair. I always use the chair because I think it's a good demonstration tool to show just exactly what I mean when I say you're just sitting down in the chair, right? Obviously, you're just sitting down and standing up. Doesn't have to be any more complicated than that, unless you want it to be. You hold the hands up front, pretend like you've got a weight in them, kind of emulating the goblet squat. Keep on going here, only about 5 more seconds. And we're done, there we go. Back to the push-up. Is this the last round? We got one more. Oh my jeebus. Holy crow. This is the last set. We're having so much fun in that fifth set. I didn't even realize, or the fourth set. I didn't even realize that was the fourth set. We're almost done. Keep on powering through here, guys. Only a couple more, 10 more seconds. Good, there we go, guys. Almost done. 2 more exercises, and then we can almost get out of here. And then we'll do the cool down and talk about the hip stuff, okay? Hands, hips, 2 knees, like so. Get that nice stretching that posterior chain. That's how you know you're in this position right. Oof, excuse me. Keep on burping. It's one less thing you guys got me doing. Come on now. This is your guys' fault. You know, me eating those 2 ice cream sandwiches late before I went to bed, and then me burping back up right now. It's definitely your guys' fault because you made me sing. Yeah. Damn it, guys. Or dang it, guys. Excuse me. Keep on going. Only 5 more seconds. And there we go. Good job. All right, last one. This is for all the marbles. Did I skip one? I skipped one, didn't I? Whoopsies. What did I skip? You guys help me out here? I skipped one at some point in time. I don't know what I skipped, though. I did the squats. I did the D1s, I think. I know I did the hinge. Right? I did the hinge, right? No? Did I not do the hinge this time? I don't think I did the hinge. The reach to the floors. I know Happy Face is about to help me out, though. Two, one. Yeah, okay. All right, that's what I thought. Yeah, because I was talking about, all right, we're going to do the bridges right now. I'm going to explain a little bit. So for the, or you guys can do a floor touches either way, okay? So from here, I want you to arch your back off the ground so that I want you to learn the 2 positions, right? The good position and the bad position. I'm going to pause once we're done with this. You guys keep doing the floor touches. I'm just going to talk. I'm going to pause the timer so we don't start the cool down until I'm done explaining this, okay? So we're going to curl the hips up like this, and then you're going to curl them down like that. When you do that, what's going to happen, the weight is going to go more towards your heels. Your butt's going to come off the ground just a little bit, and your core is going to engage, right? From here, your lower back is going to be off the ground. You're going to press up to the ceiling like this. You're not going to extend over like that, but you're going to press up to the ceiling. You're going to come back down. And what that should create is a little almost gap underneath your lower back on the ground. So your lower back shouldn't really be, it should be close to touching the ground, but not really touching the ground. All right, we're going to pause this real quick. And I'm going to show that from up close for 1 second. I just want to make sure you guys understand what I'm saying here. So what I mean by the good and bad position. So, okay, so this is the bad position, right? So there's this gap underneath my lower back. What I want you to do is go push that gap down. So think of curling the hips like this. So like this. And then curling them the other way like that. See how my butt came off the ground? My weight is in the heels now. And then you're going to press up like that. See how there's this nice little stretch. I'm not trying to show you guys too much skin. Sorry. I'm just trying to demonstrate this the proper way, right? So from right here, there's this nice little straight line from your hips to your knees at the top, okay? You're going to come back down. You see how there's that still there's still a little bit of that gap. My lower back isn't really touching the ground, but the middle back right here is anchored into the ground. Okay? Well, more like right here. Your middle back is anchored into the ground. So you come down, leave that little bit of space, come back up. So you come down, leave a little bit of space. Keep that tilt like this. You don't want to tilt back here. Keep that tilt, that neutral spine, right? And then come up, back down, and up, back down, and up. You should be feeling it in the glutes and the hamstrings the most. And if you need to, say you don't have the range of motion in your rib cage to be able to come down like this, you can let the lower back come down, reset, start again, and go. So come down, reset, start again, and go. I don't know if you guys caught that last part right there. So resetting is right there. So instead of having the back off the ground, you readjust to that posterior neutral pelvic floor, or pelvic position, and then press up, like so. Did that help? Be honest with me, because I can try to explain a little better if it did not. But the big thing there is the anterior and posterior tilt. So not having the back being off the ground like this when you're doing it. You don't want to have, you see how I'm like, oh, there's this huge gap in between my lower back. Think you want to crush that gap and then come up. So crush that gap and then come up, like so. And then you're just going to keep on repeating that over and over. Hope that helped. We're going to get to the cool down now, because now I got you guys all discombobulated. We're not used to doing that, but that's okay. We make it work anyway. All right. Perfect. So, we're going to start with Das Cooldown. So first thing we're going to do, we're already starting with we'll start with the arms. Shake the arms out. Shake them, shake them, shake them. Different control strategies, remember? So shake from the fingers, right? From the wrists, from the elbows, like so. Perfect. So I'm going to nerd out a little bit more as you guys keep on shaking out. With the floor touches, so you got to think it's the same exact pattern, right? So doing the bridge, going from here up, pretend like I'm laying on the ground right now, right? Going from here would more be like here to here. It's the same pattern as the floor touches. So a really good way to start with the floor touches is think, okay, you're driving back from the hips, right? So instead of being in this anterior tilt, we got this bad, funky, arch in your back, you want to curl the hips under the shoulders. So now, if you look at me when I'm right here, the hips and the shoulders, my shoulders are right here, my hips are out in front of my body, right? So center of mass, you're not stacked. Think curl the hips back in like this. Now everything is stacked nice and evenly. Now you're going to push back into the hips. Well, I wouldn't say you're pushing into the hips, but you're a really good way to learn this is stand about 2 feet away from the wall and then push your butt back to touch the wall. So you have to mess around with it. I can do it with the chair. This is actually easier. All right, I'm pausing the cool down for a second. But so put yourself about yay far away from the chair, and I want you to push your butt into the chair like that, right? So what this is gonna force you to do is, instead of kind of squatting down and doing the floor touches like we might do, because I know I'm guilty of that sometimes, it'll teach you to hinge. Hinge from the hips. Every time, think, hit that butt out, right? Touch that, hit that butt out, and you want to feel that. And I don't like to, make you guys try to only hone in on feelings, but you do want to feel those hamstrings stretching. If you're not feeling a hamstring stretch, you're not doing the hinge correctly. So you're pushing the butt back. You should feel that stretch going down the legs, and then you bring it back. So push it back, touch the floor, come back up. Push it back, touch the butt to the chair, come back up. Butt to the chair, come back up. Keeping that posterior tilt. So again, not like this, but like that. You see how now everything's stacked over themselves? I really hope that helps. And if you have more questions, I'll answer them once we're done with the cool down. So if you guys, what is this Vark Tech crap coming? I don't understand this, but you guys, let's keep going with the cool down here. Let's shake the legs out now. Do this for about another 20 seconds. Then we're going to do some breathing. If you guys want to do some more cool down, you feel like you didn't get enough of the cool down, let me know. We'll throw some other exercises or movements in. Actually, executive decision, we're just going to do some cat cows after this. Cat cows, maybe a little bit of stretching if you guys would like. Give me a yes right now if you want more stretching. Just shoot a yes in the chat. Shake it out, shake it out. If I don't get a yes in the next minute, by the time I'm done with this timer, then I'm just going to go on to the tidbit, or go on to the breathing, I should say. Yep, perfect. Okay. All right, so we're going to do a little bit more stretching now. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do a cat-cow, okay? I want to get some good breathing in. I want to get the spine moving a little bit, especially after all of that trying to learn positioning for the hips. This will be a good one, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to start in this nice neutral position. And the first thing we're going to do is you're going to push away from the ground. Now I want you to tuck the pelvis like we were just talking about, doing that posterior tilt, right? So tucking the pelvis under yourself. Now what we're going to do is you're going to tuck the pelvis, and you're going to roll from here all the way up your spine. Imagine vertebrae by vertebrae. You're pushing into the ground. You're rolling that pelvis. You're going to go segment by segment, push away from the ground. Now what we're going to do is the opposite. So now, starting with your neck, you're going to start looking up. And now you're going to put yourself in that anterior tilt, the quote-unquote bad position, right? You need to know good and bad. So your body understands the feeling of good and bad. So now we're going to go up like this, arch the lower back, look it up, and now you're going to reverse it. So now you're going to curl the hips, push into the ground with your hands, and now reverse. We're going to look up. Good. And then we're going to look back down. Good. Last one here. Same thing like we were doing with the looking in between the legs. I want you to draw a line with your nose from in between your legs to, oh shoot, whoopsie. From here, draw it in between your legs. Like so, and then come back, and then we'll be done. Good, good, good. Now from there, let's stretch the hamstrings out a little bit. We just did a little bit of hip work. Let's do some hamstring work. So from here, I want you to get in like a staggered position like this. I just want you to reach over. So this might be a little difficult. If you might not have a range of motion, let me know, and I'll give you a different exercise. So all you're going to be doing is one foot's going to stay relatively still, or relatively straight, excuse me. You're going to kind of do like a wheelchair roll, okay? You only go as low as you can. You should be feeling this in the hamstring of whichever leg is forward. Roll it out. Roll it out. Good. And your position might change a little bit depending on how it feels. So my foot is changing positioning to get a little different stretch out of the hamstring, okay? It's okay if the lower back's a little rounded. It's okay. Keeping this dynamic, right? Now we're going to switch legs again. I don't know if we already did this. Can't remember. It's going to look different on each side. Remember that. Good. And now from here, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to get down on one knee. We're going to stretch the hip out a little bit more, okay? Hip and a little bit of your ankles and knees. So what you're going to do, get something under your knee. So a pillow. What can I use? Something that will show you, showcase. I'm just going to use my handy dandy pillow. No, I can't do that. I feel bad doing that. I'm going to use a blanket. What you're going to do, we'll start with the right knee down, left knee up. I have so much cat hair. I can't believe I'm not sneezing. You're going to nice and tall like this. So keep that posterior tilt. Remember, don't let the hips, don't let the lower back get all janky. Keep that posterior tilt. You're going to lean forward. You're going to feel the other side hip being stretched, pushing in, Go as far as you can, and then come back. Okay, so go as far as you can. Keep a nice and tall posture, right? Superman. Pretend like you're Superman. You want to stay tall. You want to keep the hips not, you don't want that arching lower back. You want the hips nice and controlled, just like we're doing the bridge, right? Come forward and back. Make sure you're breathing through this. One more. Good. You should be feeling this in your opposite side of your core a little bit, your hip. Also a little bit in the ankle of whichever leg you're pushing into. Now we're going to switch sides. Same thing. Make sure I don't want this. I want the hips under the shoulders. Think hips under the shoulders. I'm trying to give you guys as many reference points as I can here. We're going to come forward. Oh, that was nice in the knee. Come forward again. The big key thing is here, making sure the hips are under the shoulders, right? Good. Come forward. Good. 2 more here. I lied. 3 more. We'll do 1 more. And now we are almost done, actually. We're going to do some breathing real quick, all right? So I hope those stretches helped you out. Also, if you guys want to, you can do some knee huggers like this. So stand yourself next to a wall. Pick up your leg and hug it to your chest. And it's okay if you guys if you got a structural constraint here, it's okay if your knee goes out to the side, as long as you're getting a stretch of that hip. A lot of stuff we do is either hip dominant hinging and or some type of hip dominant squatting pattern. So it's nice to let the hips know where they are after a workout like this. What I mean by that is bringing them some sensory information via the stretching we're doing right now. Good. Hold for a second. Hold for a second, and good. All right, I hope that helped, guys. If you want to have more stretching time after, you let me know, and I'll be more than willing to accommodate. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of breathing. I know, oh my God, an hour and 17 minutes. I apologize, guys. This has been a really, very long stream. Do a little bit of breathing real quick. In the nose, out of the mouth, about 45 seconds. Okay, so in the nose for 3 seconds, out of the mouth for 6 seconds to the best of your ability. Ready?
Activity completed.
Thank you, Siri. I appreciate it. All righty. Hello, you beautiful people. All right. Let us talk about the Stanford prison trial. First, good job. Honestly, both of you guys, everyone that joined in today, great job today. I know this was tough. The 50 seconds of work really gets you going, gets the heart rate up, but you're going to feel great at the end of the week. If you guys want more stretching variety or variability, whichever way you want to look at it, from us, I'm going to talk to the guys about this today, but also let them know, because we're all human. We forget the conversations we have with each other. So let them know, like, hey guys, I was working with Adam and we did it first. Make sure they sing, because I'm going to win the challenge, but make sure they sing. Good. I'm glad you feel good, man. Remember, working out, you shouldn't feel worse after than you do before, right? I know these are tough, but I'm glad you feel good after, man. Watcha. Good job. That's all that matters. But you make sure You make sure those other guys sing, okay? You tell them. Even if they don't, I get brownie points. That's okay because that means I'm a favorite now. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But make sure you let them know if you guys do want some more stretching, and just like you did today, just say I hope that they'll ask, hey, do you guys want a different type of stretching or more stretching? And you just say yes, please, because it's important to not let the body fall into the same exact patterns every single day as far as the warm up and the cool down, because then you just become a robot and you become automated. So you're only really warming up the body, not the brain. We want to warm up the brain too, right? Even though we're not doing like high intensity, like athletic movements or anything like that, we still want the brain warmed up, right? We want you to be a little bit more attentive, have a little bit more cognitive focus, right? Like those things that you get from working out. It's not just doing the same thing over and over again. Your body likes that variety. So make sure you talk to the other guys. If they forget at any point in time and you guys want some extra stuff, to say, hey, can we get some, some stretches for, I don't know, your hamstring, or stretches for the back. They are both very well versed in movement, so they'll be able to accommodate on the fly. I can promise you guys that. All right. So this week, our topic is social environmental. So really, what I'm going to be hitting on today is how your environment and both your literal environment of where you are, and your social environment of people who you're around, and as far as not just who you're around, but how they behave, their actions, their attitude, the group sentiment in whatever group you're in, right? How that affects your overall decision making. So I got some really interesting stuff to talk about. But first, the quote of the week is, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. So that's a very important sentiment, because especially I know in this country at least, we are very, very divided right now. And just as a whole, we are very divided when it comes to politics, obviously, but even things that aren't political. I've seen a lot of very displeasing things in this country, of just people not having, the common, I don't want to say common courtesy, because that's a very cliche thing to say, but just not having respect for other people and love for other people. So just remember, guys, we're going to do more together as a group than we're going to do individually. So, and this kind of talks, this kind of goes hand in hand with what we're doing here, right? Like we got you guys in here, we're all from different countries, right? Which is awesome that we're all connecting here, and we're being stronger together than we are by ourselves, because we have that social support, that network, right? That connection of, hey, I understand, like, say I don't show up today, that's totally fine. But when you do come back again, we're going to be like, hey, we're happy to have you here. We're happy to have you being a part of this community, because we understand that it's much easier to do this with other people than it is by yourself, which is exactly why we have created, you can't really see it anymore because I've worked out on it so much, but Connected Community Health Support. These used to have 3 little dudes on it and some writing, but I guess I've worked out too many times in it for it to, and washed it and dried it too many times for them to stay on the shirt. And just like, I don't like this anymore. They decided to jump ship pretty much. But so that's the quote. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I don't have a challenge of the week right now. I'm gonna get that up on TikTok here in a little bit, but as far as the challenge of the week, I wanted to do something with reaching out to people, or evaluating your own relationships. So we've already kind of done that in the past. So I'm gonna need to think of another challenge of the week for this topic, because it's kind of tough. This pillar is one of the harder, not harder pillars. One of the ones that's a little more difficult to find these challenges of the week, because there's a lot we can do, right? There's a lot you can do with environment and social, your overall environment and your social environment. So what I'm going to talk about today is the Stanford prison trials. For those of you who do not know, in the 70s or 80s, I cannot remember exactly what. I don't want to go. Yes, I do. Do I want to go looking? I don't want to go looking. It's okay. I have the document right here, but I didn't put the date. But I believe it was in the 70s or 80s. And basically what they did, there was a professor at, it's 1973, excuse me, Zimbardo. So Zimbardo was a psychology professor. And they did a little experiment. And if you guys have heard of this before, I'm sorry to bore you with this, but they did an experiment. Basically, they took 24 students, all of them were male. They put them through a basic questionnaire to see mental preparedness, maturity, a bunch of different factors. They were able to do this study with them. So what he did was that he took the 24 Voy. Hello, hi, how are you? I took the 24 students, and then with flipping a coin, he broke them into two groups: the prisoners and the guards. And then the prisoners, whoever got picked to be prisoners, they signed up for this. So that now there are some ethical things. So this was not an ethical study whatsoever. The board of ethics, I can't remember the exact name for it, was created part and parcel because of this study, because it was so unethical. But the 12 individuals that got the coin flipped for them to be prisoners, they were taken into a makeshift jail in Stanford by this professor, by the guards. So the guards were assigned a social role, and the prisoners were assigned a social role. This is the important thing here. So what they did is they not broke into their house, but just as if they were real criminals, they were arrested in their own homes, taken to the jails, stripped naked of all of their possessions and clothing, hosed down, given numbers, and they were no longer identified by name. They were identified by numbers, and they were thrown into the cell, and they were treated very poorly by the guards. And the guards did something that, which is what I'm talking about here when it comes to identifying your social roles, or not social roles, excuse me, identifying how your environment can influence your decision making. And if you are so I'm stumbling over words here, my apologies. If you are expected to conform with a specific role in the environment that you are in, you will conform to that role as long as the environment that you are in, that is the overall sentiment of what you should be doing. So for this example, the individuals that were prison guards, they started taking matters into their own. They were giving them unfair and cruel punishments. Started teaming up, so they started to get informants through the prisoners. They started acting on their own, because obviously Zimbardo was giving them specific instructions of things to do to them, like not feed them for a certain amount of hours, other things like that. But then they started going above and beyond that into things that after they self-reported, they've seen in movies, right? They've seen other things of how prison guards treat the prisoners. So they took these social roles upon themselves because of the environment that they were in. And the study ended up getting shut down after 6 days because the prisoners legitimately embodied the social role of a prisoner, right? They had a rebellion on the second day. They started to, like I said, be informants. Some of them were informants. Some of them looked at it as snitching, right? And at one point in time, when one of the prisoners was talking to one of either the deacon, they had like a reverend come in, or one of the psychologists, the other prisoners were chanting that prisoner whatever number was a bad prisoner, right? So it shows that if you put yourself in this social environment that has this could be negative or positive, whether the social environment has negative or positive connotations to it or expected roles, you will conform to those expected roles as long as the other individuals in that environment, in your social circle that you're in, say you're a prisoner or a guard, do conform to those roles. So how does this relate to CCHS, right? How does this relate to us? The important thing that I wanted to get out of this, aside from telling you, don't go to Stanford. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You can go to Stanford if you want. Aside from saying that how important the individuals you're with in your environment, that's kind of what I'm getting at here, is that the environment you involve yourself in, both the literal environment of the landscape of which you're in, and your social environment. So the individuals you put yourself around, how they behave, how they act, their attitudes, then the group sentiments. So all the things that the prisoners and the guards both were experiencing, those are group sentiments. Those things can both positively and negatively influence your decision making, whether it is consciously or subconsciously. Because the interesting thing with this study is, after the guards reported that they felt like they weren't doing anything wrong, they felt like they embodied that specific role, they embodied that character, because that's what they thought they were supposed to do in the environment they were in. So during the debrief, they're like, no, we didn't think we did anything wrong. We thought that we were doing what we were supposed to do. So this just shows that the social this just really shows that people will conform to those specific roles if they're in an environment in which they're expected to play those specific roles. So, for example, the guards having poorly treating the prisoners, because in that social role, in their ideology of that social role, it's, hey, this is how they're supposed to be treated, right? This is what my job is. This is what I'm supposed to do. So how does this relate to us again, right? What I want you guys to take away from this is that evaluating your social roles, your specific social roles, right? Are you, and I'm sure for some of you there's gonna be like, I just go to work, come home, hang out with my kids. I don't have a specific social role. I don't have anything to worry about, right? But some of you, maybe your social roles aren't as healthy as you may think they are, right? Maybe you're doing things that are out of character because you're trying to conform into the environment, into the social environment you are in, right? So I want you guys to just take into consideration how important it is to have that social role, the feeling of a social role, and whether or not it is healthy or unhealthy, right? So that's actually gonna be a challenge this week. I want you guys to figure out, look at your environment, look at your social environment, and look at the specific roles that you perceive in your environment, right? Or that you perceive to have in the environment. Are they healthy or are they unhealthy? So example of this, right? Are you hanging out with people? Say that you're on this fitness go, and this is just very baseline. Say you're on this fitness, health and fitness journey, right? Are you hanging out with people that are more inclined to go out and do heavy drinking and going out to eat often, or individuals that are more likely to just, not be active? Like, are you acting a certain way because you are conforming to the social environment you are in, or are you acting a certain way because that is the way that you want to act? That is the way that you are desiring. Your own desires are, you want to be a part of this group and you want to fit in, or you are doing something by yourself and this is what you want to do. Because if you want to go drink and eat out, that's totally fine. But are you doing it because you want to do it, or are you doing it because other individuals around you are almost socially pressuring you to do it, so that you stay in that social environment, so you don't lose those friends, so to speak? But that's what I got for you guys today. Sorry, that's a little bit more deeper than we usually go. I just think that's a really interesting study. It just shows that we really will conform to just about anything as long as we think that what we're doing is right, and or we think that the group environment, the group sentiment is correct, right? If we think that we're supposed to be doing what we're doing. So that's what I got for you today. Housekeeping notes. Make sure, please go check us out on our Instagram, Facebook, any social media. You can find it. You can find us at connectedchs.com. Also, let me just, where are you? Check us out. I'm going to get this one day. I'm going to get it. Check us out down below here at connectedchs.com. Fourth, and Happy Face. I know the, I don't know, Happy Face. I don't know if your if your time is different where you are, but I'm going to make sure to fix that today, to make sure that we have the timing up on the website, so you can see wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the country, whatever time zone you are in, you can see when we are streaming. It's going to automatically translate over to your time zone. So I'll have that up definitely by tomorrow's stream. I do apologize for not. I thought it worked, but I don't think it is actually. So that's all I got for you guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm going to stick around for one more minute. Perfect. You are welcome, Happy Face. You have a great day. I'll see you on Thursday. Have a great week until then. Fourth, you too, my friend. Have a great week until I see you next. And remember to always stay happy, stay healthy. If you guys have any questions, reach out to us because we're here for you, okay? I love all you guys. I'll catch you on the flip side. Until then, peace. You have a great